Why do we hide parts of ourselves, even from our own consciousness? Imagine carrying a part of you, unseen by others and hidden from your own gaze. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a real psychological phenomenon, and its name is the shadow. But why do we do this? Why are we so afraid of the very parts of us that make us whole? In this video, we'll explore why we hide our shadow from ourselves, and what happens when we refuse to face the parts of us we fear the most. This isn't just about self-awareness, it's about reclaiming your true self. You might just discover the most liberating truth of your life. Stay with me, and let's dive deep into the dark corners of the human psyche. What is the shadow? The term shadow was coined by Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century. To Jung, the shadow is the unconscious part of our personality that contains all the traits, desires, and emotions we deny or repress because we deem them unacceptable or undesirable. These traits can range from anger, jealousy, and greed to desires we deem unworthy of our conscious self. For instance, how often do you suppress feelings of frustration because society teaches you that calmness and politeness are virtues? How many of your emotions have been buried because you were told they were inappropriate or unworthy? But here's the catch. By hiding these feelings, we give them more power. The shadow doesn't go away. It only grows stronger, waiting to resurface in the most unexpected, often destructive ways. The fear of our own darkness. So why do we fear our own shadow? The answer lies in the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. We all have an ego, a carefully constructed self-image we present to the world. But this image is often incomplete, made up of ideals and societal expectations that may not align with our true nature. The shadow contains everything. Our ego rejects traits we see as shameful or unsightly. It's often these parts of us that we're taught to hide from the world, but in doing so, we deny our full potential. We might think, if I embrace my anger, I'll become a monster. But the truth is, by rejecting these emotions, we're not becoming more peaceful or virtuous, we're becoming fragmented, divided against ourselves. By not acknowledging the shadow, we risk falling prey to self-deception and losing connection with our authenticity. But what would happen if we embraced it? The psychological consequences of denying the shadow. Denying the shadow has serious psychological consequences. When we ignore these hidden aspects, they don't vanish, they fester in the unconscious, often leading to negative emotional patterns, projections onto others, and even mental health struggles like depression and anxiety. Have you ever found yourself inexplicably angry or sad, only to later realize it was something completely unrelated to the present situation? That's the shadow speaking. And when we project these hidden parts of ourselves onto others, we start seeing the world as a mirror of our own repressed traits. For example, you might despise a coworker for being too loud or too confident, yet when you reflect, you might realize that these traits are the very ones you've suppressed in yourself. The key to healing is to recognize these projections as signs that there's work to do on the inside. Embracing the shadow, the path to wholeness. Now, here is the good news. Confronting and integrating the shadow is one of the most transformative journeys you can embark on. Carl Jung himself said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." This process, known as shadow integration, is not about fixing yourself, it's about accepting and understanding every part of who you are. It's about letting go of self-judgment and becoming whole. It's about saying, I am not just the good parts of me, I am the entirety of me. When you integrate your shadow, you stop living in fear of what's lurking in your unconscious. Instead, you begin to take ownership of your full identity, and you gain more power over your life. You'll experience greater emotional balance, healthier relationships, and a deeper sense of how to begin the journey of shadow integration. So, how do you start the process of embracing your shadow? The first step is awareness. Begin by noticing the qualities in others that trigger you the most. Those are often reflections of your own shadow. Start asking yourself, why do I react this way? What part of me am I rejecting? Journaling can be incredibly powerful here. Write down your thoughts, your emotional triggers, and the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. As you begin to consciously accept these darker aspects of yourself, you'll notice subtle shifts: less judgment, more acceptance. Finally, seek out professional guidance if needed. Shadow work is deep and complex, and sometimes we need a therapist or coach to guide us through the dark. Powerful call to action. The shadow is not the enemy, it's a part of you waiting to be integrated into your conscious life. By embracing your shadow, you can reclaim the lost pieces of yourself, unlock hidden potential, and move towards a more authentic life. So, are you ready to stop hiding from yourself? The journey towards wholeness begins with a single step. If you're ready to face your shadow, leave a comment below. Let's start this journey together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of psychology and self-growth. Remember, facing your darkness is the first step towards discovering your true light. Thank you for watching. If you found this video valuable, be sure to check out our other videos on psychology and personal development. Until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.